Okay, this video is for Algebra 2 NTI day number 16. This is going to be for example number 2. We're using the quadratic formula again, just like on day 15. These are just a little bit different because we do have something still over on this side of the equal sign instead of 0, but it's not missing from over here. So we're actually going to combine it with what we have. So number 1 is already set up for you, and what I needed to move over was the 4. So just like in day 15, I do have to change that sign and make it a -4, but I could put it together with that. So it would be -10 minus 4, and that's how I got that -14. So I'm going to show you here on example number 2. I'm needing to move the 2. So I have to change the sign to a +2. And then I'm looking, okay, what do I get to put that with over here? Well, I can't put it with a v squared. I can't put it with a v because it doesn't have either of those things. I have to put it with just the number. And that's how the other two on this NTI day are set up. So I can go ahead and rewrite this because it's not going to change. 11v squared plus 12v. And then this is what is going to change. So a -3 plus 2 gives me a -1. Once I have it set up like that, I'm ready to use the quadratic formula again. So that is right here. And I'm going to go ahead and label my pieces over here. So A, B, and C. Make sure you're taking the negative with the C. So C is -1. Plugging into the formula, it starts with a -b, so my b is 12. I need to do a -12 plus or minus the square root. The next part is b squared. So again, the b here is 12. 12 squared minus, then it's 4 times a times c. So 4 times a times c. So a is 11. And C is -1. And then that is all over. The 2A goes on the bottom. 2 times A is 11. All right, time to use the calculator here for this stuff underneath the square root. So remember, I don't type in the square root at this point. I'm just typing in 12 squared minus 4 times 11 times -1. Okay, 188 is my answer. So -12 plus or minus the square root of 188 over 2 times 11, which is 22. Okay, so on this one, it looks like we do have to simplify these down just a little bit, and that's okay. So to do that, we're going to take that 188, the square root of 188, and we're going to factor tree that number down. So there it is. I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to get the 188. So you can use any two that you want. I'm going to use 2 and 94. I'm going to keep going, breaking down the 94. So 2 and 47. And then 47, that's as far down as it can go. So I have a pair of 2's. And I have the 47 left over. So that would be 2 on the outside. And then 47 on the inside. That's what that's going to look like. So I'm going to rewrite this answer to replace the square root of 188 with 2 radical 47. So -12 plus or minus, so 2 square root 47 all over 22. Then I can look and see if that is one of my answer choices, and it's still not there, and that's because this one just has one more step that you need to do, because now that I have a number out front here, I can see if there is a number that goes into that number, and then this number here, and my bottom number. And there is a number that goes into 12, 2, and 22, and that number would be 2. So I'm going to divide all those by 2. Negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6, plus or minus. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So I can either put it or just like leave it. It's invisible. I do want to leave the 47. Whatever is inside the radical is never, ever, ever going to change. And then I do have to also divide the bottom number. 22 divided by 2 is 11. And now that is your final answer, and that is in one of your answer choices.